name's Kathleen Fair, and it has been my privilege for the past almost 2 years to work for the town of Westport in updating their historical inventory. After 40 years in the classroom teaching students about history, after serving 22 years on the Dartmouth Historical Commission, I'm able to live my passion, and that is to be a historian in the town of Westport. In updating the inventory, Westport has an inventory of historic properties in town. These include private homes as well as public buildings. There was an original inventory done without a whole lot of information, and what I've been able to do is add to the inventory, but also to update the inventory and make it more complete. So what do I do when I do that? I look at a home, I find out as close as I can as to when it was built, I describe its architectural style and its details, what makes it special, how it reflects the architectural trends of the era. I also look at who's lived in the house and how they contributed to the town of Westport. And I've been able to do a lot of work in the north end of Westport, the Blossom Road area, the old Bedford Road area, but also Adamsville, Sodom Road. And what I find is that those areas of town really represent the agricultural heritage of Westport. Every time I drive into Westport, I see that Westport is a right-to-farm community. And I think it's important that people know what that means and how it plays into the heritage. The families who built these houses and who lived in these houses were the families who built Westport and who lived in Westport for the past several hundred years. And they made enormous differences in the town. They contributed not only to Westport, but their children went out and went to New Bedford, went to Fall River, went to California. They went all over the United States, and they've made a difference. They've taken Westport with them. So I put together the information on the houses and the families, write that up, take photographs, document as much as I can, and then put it together, give copies to the town library, to the Town Historical Commission, but also to the Massachusetts Historical Commission. I just don't deal with houses in the past, I deal with town buildings. I found that Town Hall, which is a wonderful building that was built under the WPA, had no history done of it, and yet lots of information is out there. Putting it together in one place means that people will be able to find that history easily 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, when the people who have memories of it being built are no longer with us. I also have looked at what are called kit houses. Kit houses were popular in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, and even into the 1950s. And these are houses you might get from Sears, big name in kit houses, but also Aladdin. And they were a very inexpensive and yet very good way of constructing a home. And there's a number of kit houses in Westport that are wonderfully reflective of the history of the time. It has been a real pleasure to do this work. I believe as a historian, and I admit that I'm biased, that if we want to know where we're going, we need to know where we've been, and we need to understand the history of the town before, as we make plans for what kind of future we want to see in the town. So, almost 2 years working on this, not out of the total goodness of my heart. I have been paid by the town of Westport to do this through CPC funding, Community Preservation Funding. Community preservation not only enables me to do this work, but community preservation, the Community Preservation Committee and Community Preservation Act has funded a number of other projects in the town of Westport, which makes the work of a historian easier. For example, they have been inventorying the burial grounds, and one of the first things I do when I find the name of a person is I check where they were buried, because that gives me clues as to when they were born, when they died, who their families were, their children. I get lots of information from that, and that not only have they funded this project, but it's now online so that historians not only in the area but outside the area can use it. I've had the wonderful opportunity of going into the Westport vault in the basement, something that most people don't know that exists, where there are tax records and property records and town meeting records which date back to the founding of Westport. They are wonderful resources. And they're not available to the public, but they are going to be available now because CPC is preserving them and is going to put them in digital form so that they will be accessible by historians and just interested townspeople. It tells you, if you're looking at tax records, you can find when somebody built a house, but you also know how many chickens they had, or, you know, did they have a buggy? And that tells you an awful lot about the people who were there. CPC and the Community Preservation Act is a great resource for historians. It does a lot of other things as well. It preserves open space, it works on housing, but for me, I'm biased. I like the fact that it helps us preserve our past. It enables the town of Westport to take what is special about it and its history and preserve it so that people will be able to use that information and see that information 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 100 years from now. And it's important to know your history.